Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Lauren here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guests are selling their Amazon FBA business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show. How are you guys doing today?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. I'm really glad to have you on the show, and I'm looking forward to talking more about your business. But before we dive in, I'm going to go over a brief summary of the business. As I mentioned before, this is an Amazon FBA business. It's in the personal care and beauty niches, and it was created in August 2019. The average monthly revenue for the business is $190,043, and it makes an average of $58,433 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 56425 to learn more about the business. Or you can unlock this listing and start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's see what assets are included in the sale. We have an Amazon Central Seller account with 4 SKUs, 4 domains and all their site content and files, 3 trademarks, 2 in the US, 1 in China, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram social media accounts, the contractor relationship, as well as supplier contracts and relationships. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's hear from the sellers. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, for sure. So we started selling first online in 2018, already started out with an Amazon business. That was an awesome opportunity for us to learn what makes and breaks a successful Amazon business. And based on the learnings, the data we have collected in that first brand, we started our second brand in the fall of 2019, where we have applied all the learnings and since been operating and scaling our business and the current brand.
Fantastic. It sounds like you've had a good journey so far. And how did you come up with the idea to start this business?
We had looked at several opportunities in the e-commerce space as we knew that we wanted to be location independent. And starting an FBA business was the most feasible one where we could still keep our corporate jobs while running a business at the same time.
Fantastic. So you mentioned that you did look at some e-commerce businesses. What was it that drew you to the Amazon FBA business model?
I think it was the kind of pay of starting it and the speed of how quickly you can start an Amazon business compared to other e-commerce businesses. I would say that was one of the very attractive points. And the other was that we took a course online that kind of guided you through how to start an Amazon business, which was really helpful for us to have that little bit of hand-holding on how to get started.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a really good idea to take that before you start the business. And why did you choose this particular niche?
So choosing the niche was a personal choice, but choosing the products was simply a data-driven decision.
Okay. And do much market research in order to discover that data?
Absolutely. So we had, the learnings, as I mentioned, from our previous business. So we knew what we are looking for when we identify successful products. And then based on those learnings from the previous business, we had kind of our points to look at when analyzing new product opportunities. So certainly data-driven decision was a very important fact for us for the product.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to use data as a good, strong foundation for the business. You've certainly had a lot of success with the business. Why are you selling it now?
So we have been building this business now for the last 2 years, and that was all within our means. But the markets we are in are very quickly growing, and we see that our cash statements just simply cannot keep up with how quickly the markets are growing, since most of our net worth is tied up in products. And therefore, we have decided that the best next step for the brand is to have a buyer who has enough cash, who has the team, and who can also quickly scale with the speed of the market.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You've built this business up to an incredible size in just 2 years, which is a wonderful success story. Are there any methods or processes that come to mind that worked really well, that really helped to get this business off the ground?
I would say the analytics from the very beginning and making our decisions not on feelings, but on data was a key criteria for success. Obviously, we put in efforts into the branding and everything around this, but having data-driven decisions would be the key factor.
Yes.
Yeah, data doesn't lie. That's a good point. On the flip side of the coin, when you're scaling a business this quickly, you're bound to encounter a few hiccups. Were there anything that you tried that just didn't work?
So there were things in our first business where we have seen this is just not working. And we took those learnings from our first brand and basically applied those learnings into the second one so that we can avoid it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, learning from experience. So where does the majority of your traffic come from?
Amazon.
It's 100% Amazon. Organic traffic. So most is organic. There's only very little PPC compared to the organic traffic.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's a really strong resource. So do you do anything currently in terms of marketing campaigns, or do you rely 100% on that organic traffic?
So we have the organic traffic on Amazon. That is a large proportion of the sales coming in. And then we run Amazon PPC, but we are running the PPC at a very low TAC, so the total advertising cost of sales.
Okay, fantastic. If you were to keep the business, what are some of the ways that you would try to grow it?
So we see three key opportunities to grow the business. One, with the fastest and quickest to scale the business is leveraging on PPC. We believe that simply scaling up on that, the existing products can grow by a multiple. Then the second is to leverage other marketplaces, such as the EU marketplace, where some of our products are already listed, but we haven't put in too much efforts into those marketplaces yet. And last but not least, launching new SKUs and variations have proven to be successful on the market. So that would be another route to go as well.
Fantastic. Those are all great ideas. Can you describe the process of getting the inventory to Amazon warehouses?
Yeah, so we are in the very privileged position to have supply chains built out in China and in the US for the different products. So for our product made in China, the process is very simple. Manufacturer sends the products to FOB.
To a freight forwarder takes them via sea to the US and then stores them at a 3PL. And that 3PL is replenishing inventory to FBA, given interval, depending on how much we need. For the US, it's even simpler. There, we just order the products from the manufacturer, and either the manufacturer sends them directly to Amazon or they send it to the 3PL as well, and then take it from there.
Great. That sounds like a really smooth running process. Can you describe the amount of work that you do for the business on a daily basis?
Yeah, sure. So altogether, on a daily basis, we spend maybe 2 to 3 hours on the business, talking to suppliers, managing inventory, checking listings. If we have new product launches, then working on new product launches, but those are kind of the main activities that we spend our time on.
Oh, fantastic. It sounds like the business is running like a well-oiled machine at this point.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think are the biggest risks associated with the business that a buyer should be aware of?
So just general Amazon risks that can happen, but nothing specific to our brand or niche, in our opinion.
So Amazon algorithm changes and things like that.
Yeah, that could be an option, but we haven't encountered many struggles along the way.
Oh, perfect. That's a wonderful thing. I'm sure buyers will love to hear that. Obviously, no one knows this business better than the two of you. How much support are you willing to offer buyers to help ease the transition during the sale of the business?
So we are happy to offer 30-day email support, as well as offering 5 Zoom calls, 30 minutes, if the buyers would like to.
Fantastic. And would you be willing to commit to a non-compete agreement?
On the products that we are handing over to the buyers, as well as very related products, we are happy to, if that's required.
Great. And then are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
So long our cash asking price is met, we are happy to entertain other options that increase the valuation.
Fantastic. And then is there any advice that you would give our listeners that you wish you knew when you started this business?
look at the data. I cannot emphasize this enough that we see so many sellers just making decisions based on feelings and preference rather than data. And usually those decisions don't go that well. So we would highly recommend that you look at the data, you know your numbers, you know what you are looking for in a successful product before you launch them.
That's fantastic advice. And then for anyone who's interested in getting started in online businesses, why do you think the Amazon FBA model is great for people who are new to the online world?
So there is a lot of learning opportunities and learning ways to know more about Amazon. That's one thing. We do believe that it is still one of the most viable e-commerce opportunities to date out there. Amazon is growing quickly. Product opportunities are appearing on a daily basis. And it's a great place to be in.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And then our last question for the interview, and one of the most important questions that our buyers are listening out for. If you had to put yourselves into the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
Yeah, so I think, just look at our numbers and you will know. We have really high profit margins that we are operating with. Our PPC TACos are exceptionally low. We have built out a very strong supply chain, both in China as well as in the US. And that spiced up with all the great reviews and number of reviews that we have on our hero product just makes our business very attractive.
And further to that, it's a very simple business because it's a few SKUs that can all be leveraged to a multiple of their sites that I currently have. Plus, it's very easy and straightforward to launch variations on those same products that have been proven in the market on both ends that the single product can be a multiple times bigger and the variations can add multiple times of the current sales as well. So it's a very straightforward business model. You don't need to So you don't need to reinvent the wheel and find 100 new products, but you can just really leverage on the ones that are already there or that are then just a copy of it in a different variation.
Yeah, those are all fantastic points, and your success certainly speaks for itself. Is there anything else that you'd like to share that I might have missed?
No, I think we have talked about everything.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been great talking to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 56425. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description below to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.